So this just happened here in Florida. Some broad got in a fight with her boyfriend and took his dog and tossed the dog off of a balcony. And I'm sure everyone understands that that is animal abuse. To take a dog and to toss a dog off a balcony to the dog's death is absolutely animal abuse. But let's say instead this broad took a bolt gun to the dog's head, like they do in slaughterhouses to cows and pigs, and then chopped the dog's head off and ate the dog, like, non-vegans do to cows and pigs and chickens and turkeys and fish. Would it then not be a crime? No, you would understand that it would still be a crime. Whether she tossed the dog off the balcony or whether she took a bolt gun to the dog's head and chopped the dog's head off and ate the dog, yeah, that would, I'm sure, be even worse. You would understand that that would even be worse if instead of throwing the dog off the balcony, she took a bolt gun to the dog's head, chopped the dog's head off, and ate the dog. Yeah, but it's interesting that the same people outraged at this woman throwing her boyfriend's dog off a balcony to the dog's death, right after hearing this atrocious story, what did they eat for their next meal? What did they eat for the next meal after that? What did they eat for the next meal after that? Yeah, they are paying the same people despising this woman for throwing her boyfriend's dog off a balcony. Same people paying other people to chop the heads of animals off as if that is not animal cruelty, so that they can eat those animals. Yeah, you're literally eating animals. You're not eating meat. You're eating animals. You're eating the flesh of animals. You're an animal eater. You're a flesh eater. And if you're against animal abuse, you need to go vegan. Because if you're not vegan, you're funding some pretty atrocious acts of animal abuse. And that's not all. It's not just, the fact that these animals are being brutalized inside of slaughterhouses. Step one in the process of producing just about all animal products is that they sexually abuse animals. Yeah, they call it artificial insemination, but it's not. Those animals are not trying to reproduce. They're not having difficulty and seeking the assistance of humans. It's not artificial insemination. It is absolutely sexual abuse. It's standard practice throughout the entire animal agriculture industry. Yes, I'm absolutely okay. I'm literally just stating facts. You need to pay attention. And if you think what I'm saying is crazy, yeah, it absolutely is crazy what is being done to these animals. But this is absolutely true. Farmers collect semen from male animals, in case you don't know, to force that semen into female animals, to force them to reproduce. And how do you think they collect the semen for this so-called artificial insemination process? How do you think they do that? They literally masturbate the male animals, sexually stimulating them, forcing them to ejaculate. That's absolutely sexual abuse. And that is what you're funding when you purchase animal products. When you purchase bacon, when you purchase pork chops, when you purchase steaks, when you purchase dairy products, when you purchase even honey. Yeah, they're doing that to bees too. Just look up artificial insemination of bees. See how they're collecting the semen from the bees to force into the queens to force them to reproduce. Yeah, and in the salmon industry, they're doing the same thing. But see, in the case of salmon, after they sexually stimulate the male salmon and force all of the semen out of him, they don't force the semen into the female salmon. What they do to the female salmon is they kill her and they take her eggs back to the hatchery and fertilize the eggs so that you can eat salmon. No, it's pretty disturbing that you're defending this. Yeah, I would think that any rational person out there would be like, oh my God, I didn't know that. That's horrible. Yeah, I absolutely need to go vegan. No wonder why you're vegan. No, see, either like you must be like a proud supporter of animal abuse, which is like pretty creepy, or you're just in a state of denial. Yeah, see, a lot of people go into a state of denial when they don't want to face reality. And the reality is that if you're purchasing animal products, you're literally paying people to sexually assault animals. That is an absolute fact. Yeah, and if you would not fondle a male animal, yeah, you need to go vegan. Because you're literally paying people to fondle animals on your behalf. Yeah, and then, yeah, pretty disturbing behavior. Pretty disturbing that so many people are like defending this disgusting behavior. Wow, it's pretty weird that you think it's okay to sexually stimulate animals. Creepy. I wouldn't let my children around you. The dog got thrown off a balcony. And I'm saying that eating animals is no less cruel than what this woman did to this dog. Yeah, this woman literally threw a dog off a balcony, killing the dog. But, I'm sure if instead the woman took a bolt gun to this dog's head and then chopped his head off, like they do to the animals that you eat, you would realize that that is just as cruel, if not more cruel. And then if she ate the dog, you would be like, oh my God, she's a psychopath. Oh, but no, there's nothing wrong with eating cows and pigs and chickens. Completely different. It's a completely different thing. No, it's not. No, it's fucking not. No, it's not. Yeah, there's people in other countries that eat dog for the same fucking reason why you eat cows and pigs and chicken. Oh, because it's tasty. And, oh, I need my protein. Yeah, wake up. Go vegan. Stop making ridiculous excuses for abusing animals. That is what you're doing when you're consuming animal products. You are paying people to do the most heinous fucking things to those animals, and I'm getting fucking sick of it. I'm getting sick of it. You understand what's going on in the Ukraine is an atrocity. Yet every single day in the United States, 30 million animals are forced into slaughterhouses and hacked to pieces just so people can sit down for a few minutes and stuff their fucking faces with artery clogging carcinogenic crap while destroying the planet in the process, because animal agriculture is the leading cause of deforestation, species extinction, water pollution, water depletion, ocean dead zones, and climate change. And there are 1 billion people starving to death right now in third world countries. Well, billions of animals are well fed today. They're not well cared for by any means, but they are well fed. Yeah. If you think the grains needed to feed all of these ceaseless tens of billions of animals that are brought into existence to satisfy the addiction that most of the human population has for eating animal flesh, if you think all these grains are coming from first world countries, you're sadly mistaken. Some of these grains are coming from third world countries. Third world countries, no. You need to educate your children. You need to give your children the choice to be vegan, which I bet you don't. I bet you force them to eat animals. I bet you lie to them and you tell them that they have to eat animals. Oh, this is good. This is a good source of protein. This will keep you healthy and give you muscles. Meantime, it's clogging up their arteries and it's going to lead to heart disease later on in life. And in case you don't know, 50% of men experience erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction is a significant indicator of heart disease. Yeah, a vegan diet can help reverse heart disease. Yeah, and I'm really sick of teachers not educating their students. It's really pathetic that in this day and age, children don't even realize how their food is produced. That people, even adults, actually think that cows, that dairy cows, automatically produce milk. No, they don't. They don't. Just like any other mammal, they have to be pregnant in order for them to start lactating. In order for them to lactate, to produce milk, they have to be pregnant. On those dairy farms, they have select bulls that they collect semen from. They masturbate those bulls, sexually abuse them, to force them to ejaculate. Sometimes they'll even shove an electro-ejaculator in their anus. Yeah, this is a fact. This is how your food is produced. This is how your cheese is produced. This is fucking some vile shit. And if you continue to purchase these items, you are knowingly funding the sexual abuse of animals. They sexually stimulate those bulls. They force them to ejaculate. Then they force that semen into those dairy cows for the sinister purpose of getting them to start producing milk so they can steal their babies, send all the males to a slaughterhouse so they can steal the food that belongs to those babies. And then when those dairy cows can no longer produce enough milk to be profitable, they send them to slaughter. And that typically happens at about 5 years of age when they can live over 20 years. It's a very, very vile, disgusting industry. If the same things were being done to humans, they would in fact be crimes of rape, kidnapping, mass murder, and theft. And people think it's okay because it's just food. No, it's not. It's a fucking atrocity. And it needs to be banned, it needs to be criminalized, and it needs to be criminalized now. Yeah, if you can understand what this bitch did to her boyfriend's dog, throwing him off a balcony was animal cruelty, you should also understand that if she was to, take a bolt gun to his head instead and chop his head off and eat him, that also would be animal cruelty. And that would even be more insane. I'm sure you'd understand that would even be more insane to you if she took a bolt gun to this dog instead, chopped his head off, and ate him like what happens to the cows and the pigs and the chickens that you eat. Oh, but no, it's totally different. Not the same thing. It's absolutely the same fucking thing. Yeah, and I'm getting sick of it. I am fucking sick of it. I'm so sick of people defending animal abuse. The animal abuse that they cause every time they sit down to a non-vegan meal. You're doing it for breakfast. You're doing it for lunch. You're doing it for dinner. Day after day after day after day after day. Animal abuse all fucking day long. Disgusting.